start, and a warm welcome to all of you. Thank you very much for joining our release webinar. We're happy that you take the time and that we have the next hour with you to present all the highlight release features we have taken out of this big release of H1 2024. So for each module, we grabbed the most relevant ones and want to present it today for you. So yeah, maybe you've already explored it. The preview is available since the 19th of April, and the production will be released on the 17th of May. So yeah, this is the first time that we have from the Project 0708 side that we have it in English, our release webinar, just to have the possibility also for international customers that they can join in here. So yes, my name is Sabrina. I will be the moderator of the webinar today, and my role at Project 0708 is the marketing and communication department. So I'm responsible for everything what you can hear, read, or watch about us. So Anita, do you want to also tell what?
Sure. My name is Anita. I'm working with SAP modules since 20 years. And for the last years, I've been focused on the recruiting module for RCM and RMK. And I will talk today about the recruiting and onboarding updates. So I'll hand over to Michael.
Thanks, Anita. Okay, my name is Michael. I'm senior consultant at Project 0708, and I am with SuccessFactors since 2014, so roughly 10 years now. And my main modules are Employee Central, Compensation, Variable Pay. And this is additionally today, I will talk about Employee Central, platform topics, time management and reporting. This is my task to tell you something about the release updates today. And Gunnar, you're next.
Yes, thank you, Michael. So good morning together from the sunny city Munich. My name is Gunnar Neuroth, and I work as a senior consultant at P78 for the talent modules and as well as for compensation. And therefore, I'm happy that I will guide you later through the talent management releases and also the compensation related content. And then, yeah, back to you, Sabrina.
Thank you very much for your introduction. So yes, some words about Project 0708. I think most of you already know us, but so that's quick and dirty. We're an HRIT consultancy with a focus, 100% focus on HR. So what we are gonna do is doing the system independent HR consultancy, but when it comes to the systems, then we are supporting you in the SAP SuccessFactors environment in all the modules. We have certificate consultants, and of course, as you see on the right hand side, we are since 2008 we are on the market. 2008, yeah, we are on the market, and that's why we are coming from the on-premise side as AP, ERP, HCM, new H4, S4. So we are also doing all the migration to S4 HANA systems also, and have customers from all sizes we are supporting, as well as that we have also innovative software products in some of the modules for SAP SuccessFactors. Yeah, our headquarters is in Munich, and we have three further locations in Berlin, Hamburg, Barcelona, and since last year, we also have a location in Australia, Perth. Yeah, that's it from us. And maybe one information before we are going into the agenda. We are recording this session, so you will get the recording afterwards, as well as you get the detailed release paper. There will be also some more releases mentioned in the paper as we are showing now in the webinar. But we will send it out today after the webinar. And maybe one other further information, if you have questions, feel free to type them into the chat or in the Q&A session in here. So we try to answer them in the end, or maybe we can also do it simultaneously, because we do not know how much time we have in the end. So let's see. So then, yes, our agenda. is around the employee life cycle. So we are starting with the platform and foundation, coming then to employee central, and then to our recruiting, onboarding, talent management, learning management, compensation, and last but not least, people analytics. And that's the point where I hand over to you, Michael, to directly start into platform and foundation.
Thank you. Sabrina, thank you. Platform and foundation. For today, there are a few topics regarding platform and foundation, and let's start with the new experience for people profile. Some of you already experienced it when they are using their test system, that there is something new. As you can see on the right side on the screenshot, we've got the new experience for people profile that you can, as I said, test out at the moment on your preview instance. What is it? When you, let's say you are searching for Anya Singh that you can see on the right side, then you will find out that you are not going to the people profile directly of Anya Singh, but since the new release, you will have the chance to have a little spotlight on the right side with a quick information. Earlier, it was something like when you type in the name, for example, in the action bar, that you can see Anya Singh with the quick card. Now it moved to the right side with a little slide. And when you click on Spotlight, it slides to the left and you can see a little bit more about, thanks Sabrina, then you can see a little bit more about Anya Singh and about her profile. It's of course depending on the modules that you've got installed on your instance or which are configured on your instance. For now, there are no requirements no prerequisites. The only thing that you can have is you can opt it out for now, but in the future, and I think it's 2025, it will be mandatory for all. And if you want to after you see the spotlight of Anya Singh, on the right side, you can click on the right upper side, you can click on full profile to access her profile like you had it before, the whole people profile. As I said, you can, yeah, no worries. As I said, you can switch or opt it out in the people profile experience for all users by deselecting it in the company system and logo settings. Yeah. So the second thing that is new or visually upgraded is the org chart. You might have experienced as well. What you can see is that we are having, let's say, the Horizon theme applied on the org chart. So you will have unified experience across web and mobile. So this is also available for your mobile device. And the new org chart experience and the people profile, as you can see here on the right side on the screenshot, they are combined. So when you look at your org chart, you can access the same spotlight like I showed you before. So on the right side, clicking on Show Spotlight is the same feature as I showed. Yeah. So the same, or at least the new experience for the visual theme is also available for mobile. As you can see on the right side, you can access the org chart the same way, or you can have the same overview like on your web browser. And there are no requirements or no prerequisites because it's activated automatically. Of course, you have to configure it yourself, or you have your org chart configured, and this also applies for the new experience. So the second thing, or the third thing I want to talk about is the configuration center enhancements. In the future, or with the new release, you will have the possibility to add 3 new things to the configuration center. The configuration center is a tool to transport configuration to from one to the other instance. And here, what you can do is, with a new release, you can add, on the one hand, the configuration UI, then you can add the pick list center, and you can transport, or you can add it to bundles. You can add your integrations from the integration center. What you have to do that is, of course, you have to have the permissions to access the configuration UI, metadata framework for pick lists, and of course the configuration transport center. And it's automatically activated. So let's continue with Employee Central. Of course, we have got a lot of, no, not a lot of, but some new things that we have to talk about for the new release. We've got a good tool, or a very important tool. It's the diagnostic tool for Employee Central transactions. What is it? Some of you who are using the system might have heard of trace of business rules that is available already in the system, and SuccessFactors for Employee Central is going one step further. So they added a tool which is called diagnostic tool, and this tool is here to solve configuration issues with HRIS elements in workflows, as well as data which is saved from, let's say, MSS, ESS, and add new hire. What you can do, you can track or trace your workflow details, and you can track and trace your changes that you are doing in ESS and MSS, or hire, or respectively rehire. You can add a trace, and you can see, of course, what is changed and where is the issue in the configuration, for example. What is the impact of this? This is a tool and a new way of issue tracking, which is available for administrators, of course, and it increases the SuccessFactors quality of life, and it reduces the time efforts in finding issues and solutions. What you have to do, what is the prerequisite, or what is the requirement? You, of course, have to have the permission, which you can find on the bottom left side. Yeah. Some of you might have experienced the thing with pending requests, that you're asking yourself, where's my request, my workflow? Who is the current approver? And SuccessFactors now added a new tool which is called pending requests or pending workflows. And now you can access all workflows that you have submitted, or the details of it, from your homepage directly. In this tool, you've got separate categories. You've got my request for approval, my request sent back, pending requests, requests for comments, and requests for information. So these are the steps, or the to-dos that you have, that you got on your workflow. And it is a quality of life improvement for everyone, because of course you need to know where your current workflow is at the moment. And at the moment, there is not at the moment, but there's no requirement. This is replacing the old pending requests UI, and is automatically activated. Yeah, so a new feature is available for Employee Central as well when it comes to hiring. In the future, there will be auto processing for hires from onboarding and recruiting solutions. And this means when you are hiring someone from recruiting, for example, which is a regular hire, then you don't have to edit or add all the pending items and details from an employee. This will be processed automatically, so you don't have to process the hire yourself anymore. And the requirement for this tool for Employee Central, there is no requirement, but for recruiting and onboarding, there are several configuration steps necessary that you have to do. So with a new AI initiative from SuccessFactors or SAP, there is a new tool, of course, that is added to SuccessFactors Employee Central. And what you can do, you can use the Joule AI, which is the AI from SuccessFactors, to enhance the manager experience by creating relevant talking points in their one-on-one discussions. With this tool, let's say you want to have a meeting with I don't know, an annual appraisal with your employee. You can click on generate insights, and then the system generates, as you can see on the right side, the compensation insights, and delivers some kind of summary and insights from the compensation history and the job history to tell you something about the employee. Of course, there are several requirements for it. Of course, you have to purchase the SAP AI units, which means that you have an AI license. And of course, you have to have a lot of new permissions that you can see on the bottom left side. And of course, you have to activate it manually. So this is a part where we are talking about time management. And for time management, there are several release updates, of course. You've got the monthly timesheets. So it is moving from weekly basis to a monthly basis. And you will have a monthly calendar view to get a better overview of all the attendance and absence recordings within the whole calendar month. So what is the impact of this? You have less administration effort, and you can align with your monthly pay periods. And of course, you've got the possibility to easier update, for example, copy and paste for longer periods if you are doing the same for weeks. Yeah. The requirements for it is you have to add the user permission with time objects and time recording permissions. And to have this available, you have to contact your own product support to get it activated. With the new release, of course, there is another another improvement for SuccessFactors time management, and it is called the Timesheet Approval Center. And this Approval Center is a new tool that has to be activated, and it is a tool that allows you to review and improve timesheets across multiple employees. So you can compare your, let's say as a manager, you can compare the employees, or you can look at all the timesheets of your employees and approve them all at the same time. Yeah, and as the topic before, you will have to contact your own product support to get it activated and implemented, of course. So one thing that is important to know is that some of you might have the time recordings with SAP S/4HANA, and some of you have your time recordings with SAP Employee Central Time Management. And in the future, or from now on, with the use of SAP S/4HANA Cloud Private Edition, the timesheet can be used or is seamlessly integrated with time management in SAP SuccessFactors. So this means the employees only have to record the timesheet in one system. And of course, it is centralized and streamlined, or you will have centralized and streamlined time tracking across various business processes. The requirement is that your system is updated to the release, as you can see on the bottom left. And of course, you have to configure your time management and your time recordings accordingly. So a new feature for mobile devices, or for SuccessFactors Mobile, is available as well. And from now on, or with a new release, you can create and delete time events using the SuccessFactors Mobile application. Let's say you're leaving work and you missed to clock out. Now you can do it with your mobile application. It is an easy and quick recording of time event from everywhere. So it is an increase of usability for deskless workers, and you will have the requirement to add the permissions for clock in, clock out, that for employees that need to have this possibility to clock in or clock out. It's automatically activated, but of course you have to add, you give the permissions. Yeah. So another thing that is new with the new release is that your timesheets workflow request, so you are sending it for approval, can be approved automatically from now on. Let's say if a certain date has passed, and if a manager, for example, misses to approve, then it will be processed automatically. And of course, there is a little requirement. You have to have the permissions to approve the time sheet workflow, and of course, you have to add the user in the time recording calendar. And of course, as I mentioned before, now it has to be customer configured. So now I'm handing over for the next module to Anita.
Yes, thank you, Michael. For the recruiting module, we would like to highlight the AI-assisted skills validation. for applicants. This feature allows applicants to add and manage their skills, which they want to share with the recruiter within the application. They can upload a resume in the system, and then the skills are automatically derived from the resume using AI capabilities. They can add skills over a button, and they can use suggest skills functionality. This whole functionality helps the recruiter to have accurate skills related information in the applicant management workbench. And on the other side, of course, candidates to have more clarity and control on the skills they provide. One of the requirements for this feature is that your organization have, of course, the AI units license, and that your organization has chosen skills validation using AI for assisted applicant screening in the admin center, and you have to have the mobile apply option enabled. The second feature also relates to AI. It is the AI-assisted skills matching for applicant screening. This feature provides visibility into the applicant's skills and how they actually match with the skills required for the job. The skills displayed in the skills compatibility section and are calculated by comparing the applicant's skills, which are either validated and added manually by the applicant to their candidate profile or extracted from the resume, with the skills found in the job requisition. This feature does not only identify skills that are exact matches, but also identifies additional relevant skills that are related to the skills in the job description. It also suggests skills that the applicants may have knowledge about or that they could easily acquire and are relevant to the job. At the end, this feature helps recruiters and hiring managers make informed decisions during the applicant screening and hiring process. One requirement for this feature is that your organization has, again, the AI units license, and you've selected the Enable AI-assisted HXM skills option in provisioning. Yeah, the next update SAP will or has delivered in the stage system with this release is the feature to set answers for screening questions to read only after the application has been sent. With this feature, you can now prevent applicants from editing their answers to screening questions after they've applied. You can now add a feature permission to a job requisition template that changes answers to read only. So once an applicant has applied, the answers are locked and cannot be edited. As a requirement, of course, you need to ensure that the feature permission question is configured for each status where you want the applicants to be able to read but not edit their answers to screening questions. Another update comes within the applicant management. We will have several new features that are now available in the redesigned applicant management tool in recruiting. For example, sort applicants in the list page. You can forward as applicant action, use the interview results portlet, and integration with assessment vendors is possible. There is a comment column in the jobs applied portlet, and also an unread column in the job applied portlet with the values yes, no, and updated. So another thing with this feature is that in the current version, new users who log on to recruiting for the first time see the redesigned applicant management tool as the default version, but you can still switch to the legacy candidate workbench if you want. As requirements, there are no new configurations needed if you already set them up in the legacy candidate workbench. And we would also like to highlight the Google Job Map integration for career site search results. So when you enable this feature, the search results page displays two new icons on the top right corner of the page. It's a list icon and a map icon. Choosing the map icon displays the search results in a Google map, while the list icon, of course, displays the search results in a list. You can always switch back and forth between these two display formats, and selecting the location marker opens a job card. It's a card that shows the job title and the 3 lines of text about the job. And if you click on the job title, it will take you to the detail page of the posting. And when there are multiple jobs at a location, you can use the arrows on the job card to navigate between them. As a requirement, your organization has a unified data model enabled career site builder, and you have to enable the Google Job Map. So, and now we will move on to some highlights within the onboarding module. There are some enhancements to the new hire onboarding journey. There's a new and improved onboarding checklist that can now be used for new hires. As you can see, your onboarding checklist page is divided into 2 panes. On the left pane, a new hire can view a consolidated list of all the onboarding tasks. And if a task is due for completion, the new hire can select the task from the left pane. And then the selected task appears on the right pane and can be edited by the new hire. New hires are able to complete their onboarding tasks, such as personal data collection, compliance, and additional onboarding tasks. They can also explore the onboarding guide, where tasks like know your key people or recommended links can appear. For this feature, there are no additional requirements necessary. Another highlight. One second. Did we miss a screen?
Sorry.
Yes, the completion of new hire tasks. Okay. Yes, another highlight is the mass completion option for new hire activity tasks. Hiring managers can now select up to 100 new hires when completing standard new hire activities tasks, such as completing the welcome message, assigning a body, or recommending people. This enhancement improves efficiency for customers with high volume hiring by allowing them to perform the same task for multiple new hires at the same time instead of one at a time. There again are no additional requirements necessary. Now we would come to the attachment fields for custom tasks, which is another enhancement that has been delivered for within this release. So for custom tasks, you can now configure the following. You can configure attachment fields for custom tasks that allows new hires or managers to upload documents to the document management system. Each attachment field can upload a single attachment up to 10 megabytes, and documents are retrievable from the management document page. You can set attachment fields as mandatory or optional, and also allow more than one attachment field in the custom task. As a requirement, you need to configure, of course, an attachment field for the custom task. The next update comes for the profile match verification page, which now displays the profiles of active employees and active employees with future dated termination, along, of course, with inactive employees. As a part of this enhancement, you can view and choose a matching active employee profile with a future dated termination and proceed to rehire them with a new employment. Active employee profiles without a termination date are also visible in the profile match verification page, but of course, these employees cannot be rehired. As a requirement, you need to have the rehire inactive employee with new employment permission. Another maybe smaller highlight is the final review step in Process Variant Manager. As a responsible user, you can now review, edit, and request corrections to new hire data before the manage pending hire steps. And the final review is an optional configurable step on the Process Variant Manager. This step can be added to your existing active workflows after personal data collection, additional data collection, or document flow. the final review step can only be added to process flows where personal data collection is already present. And once added to the workflow, the responsible user can review and edit the new hire data or request a correction from the new hiree on the Provide Personal Data page. Requirements are that you have to add the final review data correction message template to the active email template list, and you need to configure a business rule scenario and ensure that the rule evaluates to true. Another update comes within the onboarding dashboard. As a part of this enhancement, hiring managers and onboarding participants can now use the process status toggle to view completed processes on the onboarding dashboard. In the previous version, only in progress processes were visible in the onboarding dashboard, but now the onboarding dashboard shows completed processes when this process status toggle is moved to completed. This feature allows hiring managers and onboarding participants to search for completed processes in the onboarding dashboard, and there are no additional requirements necessary. And the last update we would like to highlight for onboarding is the feature that hiring managers and onboarding participants can now change a new hires, manager, or start date before or even during the manage pending hire step without having to restart the onboarding process. So any change to the start date and manager are reflected in pending tasks and forms, including personal data collection, compliance, and new hire activities. The onboarding process for a new hire needs to be restarted, though, if any change of the new start date or manager must be reflected in any completed task or form. Regarding the requirements, we would like to inform you that if you have a business rule configured to restart the onboarding process after a start date or manager change, you should update this rule so the process restart is no longer automatically triggered by these changes. And now I hand over to Gunnar.
Perfect. Thank you, Sabrina. And I will also share my screen. So now you should see my screen. And also now we're entering the world of talent management at P78. So meaning we will cover in the next minutes all topics around performance and goals, talent intelligence hub, opportunity marketplace, succession development, and last but not least, also learning management systems. And today we want to start with a special section with the AI writing assistant. In this release, SAP has released like a very interesting generative AI tool, which they have integrated in their talent management modules. So it can be applied for goals, for performance, and as well as for opportunity marketplace. And now we would like to start with a use case for goal management, because you in case you and your company work with goals, we all probably know the situation. To create goals from the scratch, sometimes it's not so easy to find like a professional formulation in order to have like a meaningful goal name, including a meaningful description and so on. But now with SAP has released the AI writing assistants, which help you to create like this meaningful content by using this generative AI tool. So if we can see it here on the right, so you can type here in disordered goal content in the action field, and SuccessFactors is correcting and enhancing this and give you a recommendation how to make a proper formulation and how to make it more professional and more business-like. So it's what actually, like, we all probably know this feature from ChatGPT with the prompting functionality. If you want to enhance a specific content from you, then you just can type in, please enhance this or make this more professional. And we have the same feature actually here directly in SuccessFactors. So it could really simplify and accelerate your goal creation process. The same feature is also launched, we see it on the top left, for the development goals and also for all goal relevant fields like description or other text or text area field. and also in the opportunity marketplace, where you can like create assignments for specific projects and want also to have like meaningful descriptions or other fields for your project. Then also here you can leverage the creation with a generative AI feature and accelerate your process. So the requirement and prerequisites for these features are, again, as my colleagues already mentioned, are the SAP AI unit licenses. And once you bought them, you have to enable it and then also adjust your role-based permission accordingly. So actually, for me, a few steps for really nice and modern feature and really leverage your goal process with generative AI. So on the next slide, you can see that the AI feature or writing assistant is not just limited for goal creation. It also can be used for examples, for comments with regards to your skills section in your performance form, your competency section, or also your goal comments. And this is for me also a major enhancement, because it could be like the same situation like when you're creating a goal. Now you want, maybe as a manager or the other way around, want to give feedback, but of course in a business context. And of course you want to share meaningful content. And for this use case, now you can also use different prompts. So you can type in, again, disordered content directly from your mind, and then click enhance your writing. Or it's also possible to change your tonation of your text. So to make your text to sound more professional, more personal, or either more actionable. Or just you want to make your comments shorter or longer. So also here, very easy applicable, for me, useful for sharing like meaningful feedback. And it can also be used in continuous performance management when you share feedback or want also to make your feedback for the receiver more actionable. So this features also comes with the AI units, which I also already mentioned beforehand. So now from AI, so from the writing tool, we entering now the module-specific releases and starting also with goal management. If you already have opened your previous system and you have already enabled the latest goal management, you also probably have noted that there's a new experience for goal creation. So now, as you can see on the right side in the screenshot, you have a better overview and a better navigation to create goals. Now you have the three options. Either you can create a goal from the scratch, maybe also with the help of AI, or copy from a specific goal plan, or also can make use of the goal library in case you have one created before. And additionally, afterwards, we have this guided trail through the creation, and makes things in the end easier for the end user. So for me personal, also definitely a step in a more guided system, and the requirement is just that you have the latest goal management enabled. The next release we want to highlight, would like to highlight, is the goal alignment chart. So this release aims to for customers who work with the goal cascade functionality. So the need of this visualization from SuccessFactors was actually that the top management sometimes need to understand the linking and cascading of the goals to ensure the execution strategy of their goals. And now you have a better overview how your goals are aligned and are linked to in the end, to your company strategy and to your goal strategy. In order to use this feature, you need to use, of course, as I mentioned, the goal cascade feature, and enable this in the role-based permission. And again, also the latest goal management is a requirement for this. From goals now to performance management, here we have a redesign of the stack ranker. For those of you who don't know the Stack Ranker is actually a feature in that manager, for example, could access the employees in the grid view. Here we can see it on the right side, so they can assess employees side by side, can make comments, and can compare them accordingly. And now the end users can personalize their grid view. Here we can see it on the right side. So you can filter on specific employees, on specific competencies or attributes in order to making things easier for reviewing and comparing information between different employees. So also definitely a more intuitive experience than previously. So yeah, in order to use these features, you have to enable, of course, the Stack Ranker for performance, and for using this new one, further permission is required. And yeah, if you need help by using this feature, you can also, of course, reach out to us. So from performance management now to calibration, in this release, SAP has launched a new filter and an enhancement of the calibration functionality. And yeah, this could be in particular interesting in case you work with large target population in your calibration session. So a lot of participants in talent conferences. So, and often is in companies the case that you want to discuss just specific employees, like the ones with a high performance, maybe with an exceptional potential, and so on. And now, as you can see it on the right side, you have the possibility to have more meaning filter to meet this requirement. So you can filter, for example, now on overall performance, overall potential, competency, and can also expand your filters also with custom fields. So the requirement for this is that the rating elements you want to use are configured in your succession data model, that the rating elements are configured in the managed calibration settings, and that there is the right calibration template, of course, is selected. So now we're switching to the 360 multi-rater, and now we have expected rating for behaviors available in the detailed 360 report. So this feature actually comes or is linked to the job profile builder. Maybe you know that you can determine for a specific role an expected rating for competencies and skills. And also one level deeper, you can determine the behaviors, determine expected rating for behavior. This can now be used also in this 360 report. If you take a look on the right side on the screenshot, and you see there a number, in this example 4.2. This is in this case the expected rating for this behavior, and this is now shown also in the 360 report. And this was possible before and not possible. And yeah, this is actually like a small features, but your 360 process could be enhanced with this new release. Then again, also an enhanced experience for the 360 that with regards to adding externals for the 360 review. Also just a minor release, but with these features, so companies can promote the integration of externals for of external raters, for example, for external customer. So yeah, for all of you, you didn't have any touch points with 360 before. Within the 360 process, it's also possible to integrate externals, so users outside the systems, into your feedback process besides internal user, which is actually also an easy and cool feature. However, in the previous version, the add external button was really hidden. So now it's more visible and it's a more public button, so that the user can often use this external participant feature. And yeah, last but not least, with regards to performance and goals, again, the announcement, make sure that you convert your legacy goal plan to the latest goal management. There are check tools from SAP available in order that you can make sure that you convert it smoothly. And yeah, you should start actually with the preview instance, check if everything, the conversion went smoothly, and then do the same for prod. So now actually all features should be available except like the group goal feature, but this is covered with a team goal functionality and is actually, for me, also a better functionality. So please make sure that you switch it because it will also be deleted and reach the end of maintenance. So from performance and goals, we now make a short deep dive into the Talent Intelligence Hub, probably the very exciting topic. Maybe a few words for the introduction of the Talent Intelligence Hub. The Talent Intelligence Hub should enable organizations to maintain skills and other people attributes for the critical success for the company. So it gives actually the competency and skill management a new push, and this will be the central place where all talent-related data will be saved. And as this is also a platform feature, it has linkage to many other modules, for example, also to recruiting and also across the other talent modules. And with this release, we would like to present you also an AI feature, so AI-assisted skills architecture creation feature. And here you can, with these features, you can extract your skills from text-based job description. So meaning you extract the skills into the specific skill section, and then you can use the skills for further processes like performance management, assessment, and also talent-related processes. So it could be, for me, or as a use case described for you, a use case, it could be in particular helpful for customers who would like to start with a job profile builder. Maybe you have already a job description, but no skills assigned to these profiles. Then you can accelerate your creation process for these job profiles and make use of these features and make also the skills usable for SAP SuccessFactors. And here also again, the SAP AI Units license is required. You have to enable the job profile builder. You have to have job profiles in your system, and you have to upgrade your system to the Talent Intelligence Hub. So in this topic, a lot of things are to come in the futures and are on the roadmap on SAP. So this will definitely a topic which will be focused in the following modules in order to have in the end like a holistic skill and competent management in the way in a holistic talent management in SuccessFactors. Yeah, the next module we would like to cover, we'd like to present the Talent Opportunity Marketplace. So besides some minor UX enhancement, SAP has released a new AI recommendation section for the Opportunity Marketplace. So based on your skills, competencies, and those skills you want to develop in the Talent Opportunity Marketplace, SAP makes recommendation based on AI. And those recommendations are boiled down into the section, as you can see on the right, like it's called Ignite your role. So meaning the system recommends opportunities that help you to grow in your current job role. Then the next thing is the Reach Your Aspiration section. This recommends opportunities that you help your development skills in that you are interested or want to grow in specific target roles or development goals. And also matching job opportunities are suggested for you here. So the requirement here is that you need, of course, the Opportunity Marketplace license. And yeah, as this is still a very new feature, you can also reach out to us and discuss the different use cases for your Talent Opportunity Marketplace. So then let's switch to succession and development, and let's start again also with the development goal plan. So with the new update or to our latest goal management, a lot of customers missed the custom learning linkage. And now with this release, SAP has covered this and made this available for the latest goal management. Now, if you compare it to the legacy version, you have a slightly different behavior. Now you have to go, you see it on the right side, you have to go to the goal detail page and create there's a custom learning and there's a custom learnings and can link it to your development goals. SAP just has developed this feature in order to achieve parity with the legacy goal plan. So you again need the latest goal management, so you need the transcript learning, and the dev goal fields has to be created in the template, and you have to assign their respective read and write permission. So next one is an interesting features for all talent administrators and goal administrators. So sometimes as an administrator, it's not so easy to have an overview about all goals in your organization, and sometimes you have to make adjustment as an admin. And this case was not so easy before, but now SAP has introduced a new role for the development goal plan, what is called talent administrator. So after you have configured your development goal template, you can add the talent administrator role with their respective role-based permission. And then you can see here on the right side that you can use the people selector and search for certain employees within your target population. And then you can perform as an admin various action on the employees' goals, such as like viewing, creating, or also deleting these goals. So also a good enhancement for the simplification of the administration of development goals. And also last but not least, on the succession and development, we want to give you an outlook for the future. So this is I think for most of customers, probably nothing for now, because you really need a mature system and various talent management processes. Here in this release, SAP has launched a new career worksheet. So here's a new experience start directly from the growth portfolio, where users can have a preview about information about their current role, their target role, and also their roles for their aspiration. And you have further information, how long you held the current role, the top 3 skills, or the skills you need to improve, and also can start the readiness assignment for a specific role. Now you can use also an explore career option button, and then you can jump directly to the opportunity marketplace. So as I said, you need a lot of data in your system, and you need the talent intelligence hub, including growth portfolio, and you need the opportunity marketplace. So very a high level stage in your system, but in the end, for the end users, it will combine a lot of things in the talent management. So this is was it for succession and development. And now we make a deep dive into the LMS feature. And LMS SuccessFactors has also launched very exciting feature this year. So, and we would like to start with a highlight of the administrator's suggestion. So meaning now you can push as admin specific trainings for specific user groups. So in the previous version of the new learning homepage, SAP just used this learning, peer learning recommendation. But with this release, you can find the administrator recommendation and release the peer recommendation actually in one section. In this section actually was what is called suggested for me. And afterwards, the administrator has proposed it to you, The users can accept this training or decline. But all in all, this will lead to a good opportunity for administrator to give specific training a push and draw the attention to specific trainings. Then also a cool highlight is that you now can display assignments assigned as non-requirement items. So what's behind? So basically SAP SuccessFactors differentiate between must-have learnings, need-to-have learnings, and nice-to-have learnings. And in the last release with the new homepage of learning, there was no option to push important learnings, and just they just focused on the required learnings. But with this release now, learners can view their learnings assigned as non-requirement items by administrators and managers in the important section. So you have a really good structure, you have a requirement learning, you have important learning, and a section for you where you can use what you need or what you want to learn. So also it gives a good overview so that you can decide what is required, what is optional or important, and also admins could make specification and hints for the prioritization for the employees and with regards to learning. Then we have the custom cards. Now SAP added the ability to create custom cards that they display in their own section on the new learning homepage. Administrators can create up to 100 custom cards, and people can see up to 8 cards based on the current date, status of the card, and the organization and target group. So with that, administrators, so learning administrators, can really push specific news, share newsletters regards to learning, and draw attention to specific content. So you as an administrator can really determine for which user group in which time period you want to show these custom cards. So it's also easy, no deep requirements. So you have to start with a system configuration, and then it's in a really straightforward way to create these custom cards. The next one goes in the same direction. So the next feature is also interesting feature in case you want to draw attention to specific contents. So you can use new banners. And now with this release, in addition to the default banner, new banners can be set up and to create customized banners. Here you can see it on the right. And if there is more than one banner available for the users, carousel automatically rotates through the visible banners, or users can also use the arrows and navigate to the left or to the right. And here you can also definitely highlight specific learning content. So also a good feature when you want to make specific advertisement for specific learning content. And then also just a short hint. Now you have the possibility as an administrator to prevent and hide the switch from the users that they cannot use the old legacy homepage. So SAP made this available that yes, you as an admin can make sure that the learners have now a single and consistent learning homepage, and also the other learning legacy homepage will be deleted in the near future. So this is also my last release highlight for learning homepage. So again, the same with goal management actually. So please make sure that you make yourself familiar with the new learning homepage. As in the next release, in the next half year, there will be an automatic push to the new homepage, and then the next year, the legacy homepage will be deleted. So now from the talent management modules to compensation. So in this half year, we have just small enhancement in compensation module. So SAP adjusted just a few things for the UI, and therefore we would like to present you just two enhancements. So the first enhancement is attributed to reward and recognition. So for those of you who didn't have any touch point with it before, this is a tool to give employees and managers or companies flexible awards, maybe due to, for example, for exceptional performance, for anniversaries or short incentives and so on. And for that, and normally you have an approval workflow configured. So for example, a manager requests a specific amount as a reward for an employee, and HR or a higher level manager has to approve it. And now during the approval workflow, the approver can change the amount of the award, and beforehand in the previous version, they had to send it back, and the requester has to adjust it and then send it back to their approver. So with this feature, so this process can really be accelerated and make it more smoother for the end user. Then a second enhancement in compensation. So SAP has enhanced here with something in the compensation statements. Now it supports multiple languages in one template. So often in companies, there's a case that for this compensation letter, that this needs to be in the local language. But beforehand, you had to create like a template for every single language, and now you have this translation features and can work with just one template. So also definitely a simplification for administrators with no special requirement. Yeah, that's it for now for compensation, and with that I will hand back to you, Michael, for people analytics.
Thank you. Are you going to continue presentation for me, please?
Yeah,
thanks.
Sure.
Okay. Then let's make it quick. Like Sabrina already told you, we are sorry, but we are overrunning the meeting at the moment already. So let's go quickly through the updates which are coming up with reporting, reports and analytics. So the first thing is that you've got a new reporting usage data schema. So what does it mean? You've got a new reporting schema in Stories for the usage of reports in Report Center. This means that you can identify the most used reports in the system. Let's say, for example, for maintenance. And it tells you the total number of reports that are available in the instance, and which report is shared with whom. So you can always say my report number 5 is shared with 20 people, and you can see who has access to the report and who doesn't. We've got a little limitation here because it's only available for table and tiles and dashboard reports, and you've got the execution data of the last 12 or of the past 12 months. So that's the limitation that we face here, and we've got a few requirements for it, and of course you have to have the permission for story reporting creation, and of course for the dashboards and reports, the story admin you have to be. It's automatically activated, so you don't have to configure anything here, but of course you have to configure your report regarding this. So with the new release, you will get to know which story in your system is broken or has broken queries. And as you can see on the right side, they will be marked as invalid and cannot be executed by the users or by the end users anymore. This means that you are avoiding error situations for end users by blocking execution of the broken stories, so they cannot execute them anymore, and they can't there can't be any broken data coming out of this report. Of course, you've got the information for report designers that a backend change has impacted certain stories, and the backend designers will have the possibility or the opportunity, of course, to update and to fix the broken story reports in the back end. Requirements, there are no requirements. This is a universal change that is automatically activated in the instance in the report center. Yeah, in the future or with the new release, you will have the local specific formats for date, time, and numbers. And these are now supported in stories. So this means that the formats that correspond to the language you select in the SAP SuccessFactors application will be displayed in the story or in the report. So the impact of this is very important because each language has a predefined date or number format or time format that you want to see. You can see on the right side on the screen, there's a difference between, for example, let's just take the example, the date that it is written differently in the US and in Germany. So from now on, you can select, depending on your selected language in the system, which format is displayed on the reports. There is no requirement. This is automatically activated in the system. Yeah, the last thing, or one of the last things is there are new tables added in the person schema for reporting. And this schema is regarding the emergent contact address details, because to include the address details of emergency contacts in your stories, you have to use the emergent contact address and the contract, which is country or region specific. And these address-related tables that cannot be accessed from the emergency contact table. And now the new tables will enable you to report the address of the emergency contact that the employees have added the emergency contact section in employee profile. On the right side, you can look how it will look in the future. I didn't add a screenshot how it looks in the past, but this on the right side is the look in the future. And the requirement for this is that you have to update all the stories that use the address details for the emergency contact, because the old one isn't valid anymore. So you have to update them all, or at least those who are having the address details of emergency contacts. It's automatically activated, so you don't have to do anything except, of course, updating the already existing reports. So
thank you very much to all of you three for this detailed overview of releases. So as we already overrun the time, I would suggest we already answered some of the questions in the Q&A chat. So if you have questions or if you need help for the activation of some releases, for custom configurations, we are happy to help you and to support you wherever you need. Just come back to us. We will send you all the details in the afternoon today, as well as the recording. Then you can maybe also share it with your colleagues. And yes, if there are questions, please come back to us. And that's my last word. Thank you very much for your participation, and hopefully see you in a personal exchange. You want to have the last word, you three speakers?
I just want to say thank you to all of you as well, and to the audience, of course, to share their to spend their 1 hour with us, and thank you.
Bye-bye.
Also, thank you from my
Also,
side.
thank you from my side, and yeah, enjoy your public holidays tomorrow and the rest of your week.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.